Commanders' nightmare scenario for 2024 NFL playoff seeding and matchups. The Washington Commanders continue to emerge as victors. They've won 4 games in a row, most of which have been nail-biters. Following a pre-bye week victory over the Tennessee Titans back on December 1st, the team returned and held off the New Orleans Saints for a 1-point win in Week 15. This was followed by a 5-touchdown performance from Jayden Daniels as the Commanders overcame a 2-score deficit to stun the Philadelphia Eagles. And this past Sunday, the Commanders secured a postseason spot after besting the Atlanta Falcons in overtime. Washington currently holds an 11-2 record, the team's first 11-win season in more than 3 decades. One could safely say that drafting Daniels has paid dividends for the organization. Nevertheless, it's only natural that people will have differing opinions about how they'll fare in the playoffs. After all, Daniels is still a rookie, and the postseason is where each team's mettle will be tested the most. Only the coming weeks will tell if Washington can keep defying the odds. To do just that, it would help if the Commanders end up with the smoothest postseason road possible, which is why they should avoid falling to the 7th seed at all costs. Right now, the Commanders are competing with the Green Bay Packers for the 6th seed. Both teams currently hold a similar record, with Washington winning the tiebreaker thanks to a better conference record. If the Commanders defeat the Dallas Cowboys this weekend, they officially secure the 6th seed. If the Commanders lose, in addition to the Packers beating the Chicago Bears, then the opposite happens, with Green Bay climbing to number 6 while the Commanders settle for the 7th seed. Assuming Washington ends up at number 7, the uphill climb will be quite steep. Awaiting them are the 2nd-seeded Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, the Commanders did get the best of the Eagles already, but it's important to note that Jalen Hurts left in the first quarter of that game due to a concussion. So for most of the afternoon, it was a Jayden Daniels-Kenny Pickett matchup at QB. The Commanders have yet to experience 4 quarters of Hurts under center, so that's one thing to think about. Let's say that the Commanders pull off another upset and rally past the Eagles for the 2nd time. Being the lowest seed in the 2nd round pits them against either the Detroit Lions or the Minnesota Vikings, who are both currently vying for the conference's top seed. No matter who ends up with the first-round bye, it'll be a lot on the table for Daniels and the Commanders' running backs, since the Vikings and Lions boast the league's 2nd and 3rd best run defense, respectively. Minnesota allows foes an average of just 88.1 rushing yards per game, while Detroit gives up 97.0 rushing yards per game, per ESPN.